LTE iPhone rumors begin to string around. We tell you why the Verizon iPad is your best choice, and the new iPad is hot, and I mean that literally. All this and more coming up right now. Hello everyone, I'm Jaime with Pocketnow.com and welcome to the Pocketnow iReview, the show we go through all this week's cool and the not so cool inside the world of Apple's iOS devices. Let's start this week off with what's cool. Well, Apple's new iPad is hot, and sadly that goes both ways, so stay tuned for the not so cool section as we go through why that's not necessarily good news. But so far Apple has sold 3 million units in just a couple of days after launch day. Just to give you an idea, it took Apple 80 days to sell those same 3 million units for the original iPad, and you and I remember how long it took for us to get one of those devices. So far so good for Apple in sales, but sadly again, not everything's fun, so stay tuned for the rest. And the round of applications that supports the new iPad's Retina Display keeps growing. At launch there were only 24 titles supporting the Retina Display, but as of now there are already 58 apps supporting it, and just hit the filter in the App Store application to get full details of all the applications that have been enhanced. A good chunk of these are free, so it's really good to hit the filter and keep updating your applications. Now, an interesting move from Apple, and we actually even filmed a video about this, Brandon did recently, where he shows us that iPhone applications that are enhanced for the Retina Display have better graphics than even iPad 2 or old iPad applications that are available in the App Store. So just to give you an idea, the Facebook application for the tablet enhanced version sadly gives you a lot of pixels, with the exception that if you run the Facebook application for the iPhone, you'll get better graphics. Kind of an irony, but hopefully that'll be fixed soon. Out of this week's coverage, make sure you catch Brandon's videos on the new iPad. We've got 4 videos so far. First of all, we have the unboxing and hardware tour of the iPad in comparison to the iPad 2. Then we go through what we love and we hate about the new iPad in just the first weekend of experience. Then we have how the iPad manages Retina Display applications from the iPhone, just that we talked about. And finally, we have another video where we tell you which iPad is best to choose and why the Verizon version of the LTE iPad is better than the AT&T model. We also have Michael Fisher's recent editorial of how it feels to come from the first generation iPad to the new iPad, iPad 3 or whatever you want to call it. All really good coverage coming up. And hey, what would your new iPad be without your ability to jailbreak it? And the dev team has come on record to show us that they've already figured out a way to jailbreak it, even though according to them there's still a lot more work to do. So far so good. Sadly, we still don't have any dates as to when we could expect it either tethered or even untethered, but hopefully they will get this figured out soon. Trust me, anything's better than having your iPad locked anyways. And before we get to the not so cool section, recent reports have Apple already placing orders for an LTE-equipped iPhone, which is kind of a no-brainer, but sadly that's not fun and games because apparently Apple's ordering the same 3.5-inch display for this iPhone, and the cake topping is taken by none other than orders for October 2012 release, when we were expecting it to be launched in June. Now, what's interesting here is the fact that Apple had to figure out how to fit a 42 watt-hour battery into the new iPad in order to provide LTE support and also power for the new Retina display. So it's kind of a no-brainer to consider that Apple should consider the rumors of a 4.6-inch display only to make the iPhone bigger in order to fit a bigger battery and therefore have the same battery life that we currently get in the iPhone 4, because the iPhone 4S was sadly not as good. So hopefully Apple will take these hints and bring a larger design. Hopefully Johnny Ive is listening to this, and well, Johnny, since I just gave you the idea, how about if I get the 1 million pounds a year that you get just as a compensation, you know, just so for us to be even. Alright, so that does it for the cool. Let's continue on with the not so cool. Just as we get a new iPad, we also get a new list of complaints. First of all, we have complaints about the device heating up, even though in our personal test we didn't find the device to heat up that bad, even with tough games and processing power. Now, it could be just something specific to certain devices, so our advice to you, take it to a Genius Bar and let them tell you, or probably you could even get a swap for that device. Now, second of all, they're also complaining about Wi-Fi gate issues. Apparently, there's something wrong with Wi-Fi in the device connecting to Wi-Fi routers. I've been experiencing this problem with the iPad 2 on iOS 5.1, so apparently this has to do with software, but let's just hope that they don't take weeks to figure that one out. And third of all, it seems that people are complaining about the smart covers. It seems that the first generation smart covers are not working with the new iPad, so our advice to you is, sadly, you're going to have to buy a new smart cover. The new generation color smart covers, you can see the difference here, are apparently working with the new iPad better than the old ones. So if the smart cover was built from October on with the refresh in colors, apparently these are the ones that are going to be working well with the new iPad. Sad news. That's it for today's show. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Jaime Rivera. Remember to give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw. That's it for now.